Hopefully you guys are joining us today. I know I kind of announced it late, so hopefully I'll get some people to join. Hopefully some people come in and we can have a conversation about whatever you want to talk about. Let's keep it open. Open dialogue like I always do. Like I said, I want to do these live feeds more often, at least every weekend, and get people on here. I know it's Christmas. A lot of you people are home or working. And yeah, man. What's uppers? I know I was supposed to start at 10, and I started late again, but it was because I was on a phone call and I didn't want to be rude and be like, hey, I gotta let you go because I'm gonna do a live feed. So yeah, I'm doing the Christmas edition live feed. I see people are joining. What's up? Leave a note. What do you want to talk about? Is there anything on your mind that you want me to talk about or you want to talk about? And where you got from? Merry Christmas to Union Ferry. What's uppers? Merry Feliz Navidad. Anything you guys want to talk about? Anybody hear about the big explosion out in Nashville, Tennessee? That was a trip, man. I was watching some video about that. There was an explosion. Looks like they had somebody left a trailer, or no, a motorhome, and they were announcing that it was gonna blow up, and they blew up a whole city block. Kind of many, man. Kind of crazy for a Christmas. 2020 so far has been an interesting year. A friend of mine told me the last time he seen a crazy year like this was in 1968, so you can imagine he's a lot older gentleman. But what's going on? Merry Christmas to everybody. This is Live with Jay, the Christmas edition. Hopefully we can get more people to join. Drop a message, drop a note. Where are you from? What do you want to talk about? Is there any subject in particular you might want to talk about? Last time I was talking about COVID. This time I just keep it open. Hopefully you guys got your tamales and pozole and menudo in. I know I did. Had the family over. We had some tamales, pozole, some pork pozole, which is pretty good. We ate tamales too, and we had buñuelos. Those of you who are Mexican know what I'm talking about. But you know, your typical Christmas family fare. You know, I got a couple of cool presents too. I got a gift card for Macy's, which is kind of cool. Because there's actually a jacket at Macy's I want to buy. You know those puff coats? Anybody ever wear those back in the days? I want to get me one of those. I seen a really cool one, a Calvin Klein one I want to get. So I could probably get it with the gift card I would got. I could probably at least get it for half the price. But yeah, man. What's up with y'all? Who's out there? How was your Christmas? Is there any news story or any story in particular you want to talk about? Hey, I was watching that guy Big Tone. He's a rapper from Antioch. I was watching one of his live feeds, and he was interviewing a girl or a lady now, but she was a little girl when she was 8 years old. She got kidnapped in Vallejo. Her name was Mixie Sanchez. Pretty interesting story. You guys should check that out on Big Tone's podcast. It's kind of a little bit old. He hasn't updated it. It'd be nice to be updated. They're pretty cool. Cool to see a Chicano from the Bay Area doing a little podcast interviewing people. But I guess Mixie Sanchez was a girl who got kidnapped back in 2000. What was that? 2001, I want to say, somewhere around there. She was kidnapped on Tennessee Street, and she escaped the kidnapper, I guess, and she survived, which is pretty crazy, man. Because and then the guy that kidnapped her was some crazy redneck who was going around kidnapping kids and killing kids. He died in jail, thank God. They caught that piece of shit, but it's an interesting story. You guys should check it out. Mixie Sanchez and Big Tone, who's from whatchamacallit, from Vallejo. Big Tone's from Antioch, but the girl was from Vallejo. But yeah, it's an interesting story, man. I remember back in the days when I was a kid, you know, kidnappings in the Bay Area were happening a lot. It was pretty crazy. You know what I mean? I remember they kidnapped that girl in Hayward. Supposedly there was like a break in the case in that recently. She got kidnapped over there by the Kodo. And like South Hayward, the area close to Dakota and Hayward. This was in the 80s, 88, 89. And supposedly they found evidence of some dude that was in jail might have kidnapped her back in the day. So I remember those times, man, when they used to kidnap a lot of kids. It was pretty scary times. They used to always tell us, don't talk to strangers, be careful getting in cars, you don't know, and it was a different time for sure. Kids were more on the streets. I guess we were more like Lexington kids in those times. But now we didn't have all the internet and all the stuff the kids have these days. But yeah, man, who else is on here? I see City of Trees was on here. What's up, brother? That's the homies from Sacramento. Leave a message. Is there any particular story you want to talk about? I just want to do this live feed and say what's up to y'all. You know what I mean? What's up to the gente out there? Hopefully you're joining me on this Christmas podcast. Hopefully you got your tamales and your pozole and menudo in. You feel me? Good evening and Merry Christmas, Mr. Cyanide, like you say. What's up, brother? Good. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. But, yeah, any particular story? What do you guys think about the bombing in Nashville? That was pretty weird. In Nashville, Tennessee. It was Elvis Presley, man. I'm telling you, Elvis Presley came back to bomb the shit out of us. But yeah, it's pretty crazy what happened over there. They blew up like a whole city block from what I seen. I seen a video of the actual explosion. It's pretty crazy stuff, man. I heard nobody was seriously hurt. Yeah, I heard nobody. I heard they might have found a body, but still pretty crazy. Some pretty gnarly stuff, bro. That's pretty crazy to blow up a whole city block. But it's weird. I don't know if you guys ever heard of the Weather Underground or the Weathermen. They were an organization back in the 60s. Uh, did you hear what happened to Bird Martinez? Is Bird Martinez the girl that used to do YouTube videos? I remember her. I haven't seen one of her videos in a while. What happened to her? But, yeah, I know her. She made a pretty... I used to watch her videos. She makes some pretty cool videos back in the days. But, no, the Weather Underground was an organization back in the 60s, and they used to bomb buildings, but they would call the whatever they were going to blow up, they would call and warn people they were going to blow it up before the bomb went off. And whoever did this bombing seems like they called. YouTube's already hating on my live streams, but what can I do? But, yeah, the weatherman, they used to call and warn before they get a bombing, and according to what I'm reading, the whoever put that bombing in whatchamacallit in Nashville called or warned people about it beforehand, which is kind of weird. So what's up? So what happened to Bird Martinez? Somebody told me she was stabbed and now is paralyzed. Wow. I'm gonna look into that. That's crazy. Oh, she stabbed him. Some gang stuff? That's pretty crazy, man. If you don't get enough likes, they'll fade your stream. Really? That's what it is. Yeah, they hate on my streams all the time. I mean, these streams are new, so they're barely. Well, hit the like button, guys. Like my streams like that. They don't hate on Jose. Oh, well, they could keep on hating, but I'll keep going and keep going. You know what I mean? But I'm here. If you see the streams pause for a while, hit the like buttons. Let's let YouTube not hate on the stream. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's sad to hear about Bird Martinez if she in fact did get stabbed. Did anybody watch that interview like I was saying earlier with Big Tone and Mitzi Sanchez? It's some pretty interesting stuff, scary stuff, bro. It's fucking scary. I couldn't even imagine going through what she went through. Check that out, the Big Tone Mitzi Sanchez interview. I was just listening to it a couple days ago. It was like really eye-opening, man. There's some sick people out there, man, for reals. I guess the dude that kidnapped her had kidnapped Sienna Fairchild in Vallejo beforehand in 1999, so Yeah, recall Gavin Newsom. Yeah, recall him. I don't care. I'm not no fan of his. He's a rich. He's a rich elitist anyway. I don't care. I'm not a Democrat nor a Republican. I'm a democratic socialist. That's what I am. You know what I mean? I don't care about neither one of those parties. They could keep on hating on my stream, and I'm still here. You can't get rid of Jose. YouTube think they could get rid of me, but I'm here. I believe the Constitution in its entirely. Yeah, but most politicians, whether they're Republicans or Democrats, don't care about the Constitution. It's been proven over and over and over and over again. You know, you can't take sides. I really don't take either side. I think both political parties are full of crap, to be honest with you. I'm not a Republican and I'm not a Democrat. That's for damn sure. You know what I mean? I go back to the days of the what you call it, the Chicano La Raza Unida party. You know, they turned their backs on both political parties because they seen both parties were not. I'm a democratic socialist, Mr. Cyanide, but I guess we're in the same boat. You know, but yeah, man. At the end of the day, I'm brown. I'm a Chicano, and I'm going through the same BS that everybody else is going through. Growing up in poverty, growing up in gangs, growing up in drugs, growing up in the streets, you know, growing up around Norteños, Sureños, Border Brothers, and BS like that, you know. Do the dumb stuff so that you guys hear about I think I talked about it last time I did a live feed about the young man who was killed in Oakland. The Oakland police released a video. I made a video about it. He got killed over there on 92nd near Holly in deep East Oakland. He was a Latino dude. He ran over a cop and he ran over a guy who was handcuffed on the ground and the police unloaded on him with an automatic weapon. It's crazy video, man. If you go back in my videos, you can find the story if you haven't seen it. I put a link to the story with an automatic. I don't know. I think it was automatic. But you can see the video. I posted it. If you go to the video, I made the video like a few days ago, like a week ago. And I talk about the story. I think his name was Jonathan Torres Diaz, was the kid name of the young man who was killed. They were supposedly robbing a pot farm, like a building that had hella pot. And they were going to loot it. And the police came. And yeah, all these kids were trying to get away. And I guess this young man, he tried to get away, but then he started running over cops and stuff, and the cops let him have it, bro. You know, killed him. But yeah, that's what happens, man. I always tell fools, you know what I mean. You gotta keep it cool, cause these cops will blast you, man. You know, they ain't playing out there. I always tell fools, you gotta be responsible, bro, cause 5 will kill your ass, and it's been proven over and over again. You know, but that happened, and then in San Francisco, a group of norteños were arrested in a raid. I wonder whatever happened to Famous Wolf. You know what? Well, Famous Wolf, I still keep in contact with him. He's still around. He just hasn't made videos in a while. I know Chicano Experience. I used to talk to that dude. He's a cool dude. He's originally from SoCal. He was staying out in the South, believe it or not, like in not Louisiana, in was it Georgia? One of those states, like Georgia, somewhere by Atlanta, somewhere out that way. That's when he was making his videos, and then he moved back to California, and then I don't know, he stopped making videos. But Chicano Experience and Wolf, I know those guys. I actually, Famous Wolf interviewed me. I don't know if you guys ever seen that interview he did with me. He interviewed me back in the days because I was one of the first Chicanos or Raza doing YouTube videos, and that's a fact. I wasn't the first, but I was one of the first, if that makes sense. This was back in, what year was that? Back in 2007, I want to say, like the early years of YouTube. because I would always see these videos with African Americans talking about their community. So I would look around to see if there was Raza doing it, and I could not find not one Chicano or Raza doing it, bro. And I said, you know what? I gotta start doing videos about my own community, just the same way the black dudes do. And that's I started doing it. You know. Now there's a lot of different outlets. Now you got Tony A. Uh, You got Tony A doing this stuff. You got American Cholo doing this thing. That girl Bird Martinez, unfortunately, someone told me she got stabbed, was doing her thing. Uh, there's a lot of others. I always randomly run into other Chicanos doing stuff, so it's kind of cool to see more raza on YouTube doing their things. Yeah, I remember the early years of YouTube. I remember a lot of the people that were on there. There was a lot of different points of views. I remember there was a lot of white supremacists too on YouTube early on. A lot of them back in those days. You know what I mean? But yeah, I remember the the Amazing Atheist. That guy, he's still around. There was a lot of guys back then. There was that guy Nowie who was from L.A. He would always film like the racist white people in L.A. or in Southern California, the ones that were anti-immigration. And there was quite a few people, man. That other guy, he's still around. What's his name? Tommy Sotomayor. That guy's been around forever too. He's like a wannabe Jesse. He's like Jesse Lee Peterson's son. I'm about to get a. Was it now we? I know I got him as a friend on Facebook. I don't know if he does videos anymore. I know he used to. I'm not sure. There was a lady too named Veronica. She was a white lady. She was with Nowie's friend. She was cool. Yeah, I'm getting back in shape actually now. I've been cutting down on food and doing a lot of exercise because I got a big belly. I'm trying to lose the belly, son. Trying to get back more in shape like when I was a youngster. I got the barriga, Mr. Barriga. But yeah, it's good to see. What do you guys think about Tony A's podcast? You know, it seems like he caters more to SoCal rappers, but I guess you got to start somewhere. I like that dude Big Tone's podcast, but he only did a few of them. You know, it'd be nice if he did more. I'm trying to get back on the count courts. That's cool. I'm just trying to just lose this goddamn stomach. That's what I want to lose. I don't really play sports, but you know, if you play sports, that's dope. Do your thing. Do you, SA? But what do you guys think about Tony A though? You know, I watch some of his stuff sometimes. He had a ALT recently. He had Sir Dino on ALG. He had ALT was a rapper I used to like back in the days who was from SoCal. He was pretty dope. He had ODM from Lighter Shade of Brown. I haven't seen that one yet though. I gotta check it out next time. You know, I really like that dude. I hope he does more podcasts. That dude Big Tone. His podcasts are pretty dope actually. I was watching the Mr. Key one he did. I know they're old now. Heard of Trish Toledo? No, I ain't heard of that. Who's that? Check it out. It was Trish Toledo Chicana singer. No, I haven't heard of her. I'll check her out. Has anybody heard of Jay the Wanderer? Anybody ever hear of that guy? There used to be a YouTuber a long time ago named Jay the Wanderer. Does anybody remember him? I'm just curious if anybody knows about him. He was a Chicano YouTuber back in the days named Jay the Wanderer. If you guys ever heard of him, leave me a note. But yeah, man. Hey, how's the weather out in Sacramento, city of trees? I haven't been to soccer in hella long. I know it gets colder out there than in the Bay Area and dry. Somebody's laughing. You remember Jay the Wanderer, Mr. Cyanide? I remember that, Baco. Rainy but cool lately. It's raining out here in the Bay Area too. I got invited to a party, a Christmas party, but I skipped it. I should have went, but I don't know. It was raining. The weather was nasty. I mean, I would have went and performed, played some music, but I guess because there was family at home too, I just kind of missed it. High nuts? Yeah, I'm sure there were. There's always high nuts at parties I get invited to. I just wasn't in the mood. I don't know why. It's just the rain and the weather, and then it was like in downtown Oakland. Hell, parking's a bitch to find over there. So it's like I was at a friend's house in downtown Oakland in an apartment. I mean, it probably would have been cool, but I just wasn't in the mood to go to downtown Oakland and look for parking in the rain. And I guess I was just chilling at home. I was feeling beautiful at home. I didn't really want to go out. Maybe it's just me. I was just being bored, boring. You know what I mean? Sacramento. I remember when I used to live there. I lived in Sacramento for 3 years in the mid 90s. But I noticed Sacramento's changed a lot from the time I used to live there. When I lived in Sacramento, Sacramento was mostly white. It seemed like there was a lot of white folks in Sacramento back then. Now it's more black and more raza, it seems like. I mean, there was a lot of blacks and raza in Sac then, but it seemed like everywhere you went in Sac back then, it was a little bit more white back then. There was a lot of white people in Sacramento. But now there's a lot of places in Sac that are hella hood, hella people now, mostly new people from the Bay. Yeah, yeah, there weren't that many people from the Bay back then. There were some, but not as much as now. Because I remember, I think I told you last time I went to Hiram Johnson High School for 2 years. And there weren't that many people from the Bay there at that time. There was only a few of us from the Bay Area there. You know what I mean? Hey, did anybody watch the Selena series? What'd you guys think of it? I watched the whole thing this month. I didn't watch it all at once. I watched episode by episode, day by day. It was okay. I mean, it wasn't that bad. It's crazy because I used to live in Sacramento when Selena got killed. I remember that. But I don't remember her being so popular back then, though. I know people are gonna hate me for saying this, but she wasn't that popular when she died. She was starting to get popular, and I remember some raza already knowing about her, and I remember watching her on Spanish TV a few times. But outside of Spanish TV, she wasn't known back then. It seems more like it seems like she became more famous after she died, especially after the movie. Cause I remember her obviously, and I remember hearing about her, but I don't remember her being like a big ass deal when she was alive. I'm thinking she was probably more famous in Texas. You know what I mean? In California, I think she was starting to get popular, and then she died. And then when the movie and all that came out, then she blew up, and then everybody knew who Selena was all of a sudden. You know. But a crazy thing that I always tell people that most people don't realize: Selena and Easy E died on the same week. Yeah, she was a youngster. She was like 23, I think. But Easy E and Selena died the same week. They died like 2 days apart or 3 days apart. Same week, bro. Look it up. You don't believe me. Selena and Easy E died the same week in 1995. I was in high school. I was 17 years old. I hadn't even turned 18 yet. I was staying in Sacramento, Sacra, the big bag Sacra. I know that's almost 30 years ago. That's what, like 25 years ago. You know what I mean? I remember in the Bay Area in '95, the style was like khakis, Dockers. Uh, what were they wearing? That other brand. Dockers were popular in the Bay Area. Khakis were too, and everyone was wearing Eddie Bauer. Eddie Bauer was popular at that time in the Bay. I don't know in Sac. I can't remember what the style was in Sac in '95, but yeah, I remember in the Bay Area. That's what was popular, and then everyone was wearing those visors. You guys remember the visors? Hella fools used to wear the visors. And I remember some fools still used to dress cholo, like some fools used to wear khakis. Fools used to wear khakis and fucking no, Ben Davis. I'm sorry, Ben Davis. Fools used to wear Ben Davis. I remember I had a Charlie Brown shirt back then. I used to sport it all the time, looking like a cholo. Yeah. Hey, does anybody remember the interstate pants? Who remembers those? They used to have an IS in the pocket. They were like these baggy jeans. I remember those were popular like in the late 90s. In the Bay Area, it was the interstate pants and a vest. People would wear like a sweater vest with them. That was the style. If you're old school, you remember that. I'm hella old already, man. I can't believe I'm 43 years old already. I'm an old geezer. Ya soy un viejito. Un anciano. Hell yeah, my mom wouldn't buy them for me though. Yeah. Did Sacramento, did you guys ever wear Dockers and stuff like that? And Eddie Bauer, did that style ever hit Sacramento? I remember we used to wear Eddie Bauer, Tommy Hilfiger, Dockers, um, a lot of like preppy brands, but we would wear it kind of hoodish, like choloish kind of in the Bay Area. I remember that. That was like a big thing. It hit for a minute. Yeah, it hit out here for a minute too. Oh, do you remember? Who remembers Lugs? Lugs hit the Bay Area hard in the late 90s. I had a pair of Lugs. I had some sick ass pairs of Lugs. You know what I mean? Those ever hit Sac, the Lugs? Those were hella popular in the Bay Area. I still rock Nautica. I still rock Pendleton, son. I got a couple Pendletons. You see them right there? I don't know if you can see them. I got like two Pendletons right there. I wore lugs today. Do they even make lugs anymore? I haven't seen lugs in years. I don't even know if they make those anymore. I didn't even know they make those anymore. Big Five got lugs. Lugs, those used to be the shit when I was a kid, bro. Everybody used to wear those back in the days. The lugs. That's hella old school. Yeah, man. I'm going way back. Way back in the days. What about winos? Winos were popular in Oakland for a long time ago. Also, I remember acid wash was popular in the late 80s, early 90s. Yeah, man. That's back in the days. SA. Yeah, man. I just remember all that shit, bro. I remember the early years of the sideshows back in the days when nobody even really knew what sideshows were outside of Oakland. That was back. Oh yeah, we had Anchor Blue stores out here. It used to be called Miller's Outpost though back in the days. I don't think Oakland had one though. I think we had to go to the mall in San Leandro. I think they had one out there. They might have had one in Oakland. I can't remember if Oakland had a Miller's. They didn't have a Anchor Blue, but I'm trying to remember there was a Anchor Miller's Outpost. I know there was an Anchor Blue store in Richmond at Hilltop Mall because I remember going there in the '90s. And then there used to be do you guys remember Copeland shoes? I remember going there when I was young. And then like in the Bay Area, we had like our own restaurants. I don't think they had them in Sac. We had like in the '80s, they used to have the Doggy Diners. Those were old school. And then quarter pound giant burger. Those of you who are old school from the town might remember those. You know what I mean? Quick Way. Who remembers Quick Way? But oh yeah, Anchor Blue was Miller's Outpost. Yep. Yeah, I had some Anchor Blue pants back in the days. That was popular in the Bay Area, like in the late '90s. I remember it was really popular. Oh, Fubu. Who remembers Fubu? Did you go to Sharky's Pool Hall? Where's that at? Sharky's Pool Hall? Where's that? It doesn't ring a bell. Florin area? No, I didn't kick it like that in Sacramento that much, bro. My stay there was very brief. Let me see. I remember there was a pool hall, but I never got to go. It was on Elder Creek Road and Power Inn, I want to say. There was a pool hall there. And I remember the old K Street downtown plaza. Used to be in downtown Sacramento. I remember that spot. I remember the Florin Mall. I remember Arden was like a sick mall. It was like hella fancy. Uh, Florin Mall Arden Mall was like at that time was very fancy. It wasn't ghetto. You know what I mean? I don't remember what it was called, brother. I just remember it was right there on 40 on Elder Creek and Power Inn because I used to live right down the street. I used to live on 37th and Power Inn Road, right off of there. That neighborhood was way out in the cuts, bro. I didn't like that neighborhood. It was so far from everything, bro. I mean, coming from Oakland, bro, where everything is like right down the street from you, it was like I hated that place. It's like you had to drive hella far to go anywhere at that neighborhood, bro. I didn't like it, bro. I don't know. Sacramento just wasn't my kind of place, bro. It's cool. It's a cool place to visit because I got hella family in Sacramento, but I can't live there, bro. Where exactly was what? Where I lived? I used to live right off of 37th and Power Inn on 37th Street, like right off of Power Inn. It was between a street called Power Inn and another little street called Wilkinson. I don't know if you guys know that area. It was like around there. But it was like between Power Inn and Wilkinson on 37th Street. I don't know if you know where that's at. I used to live in that neighborhood. I think they used to have some Norteño gang called Diamonds or some shit like that. You know what I mean? And I remember hearing about the Frank Loans at my high school. Yeah, but like I said, my stay in Sacramento was very brief, bro. But I do remember certain things from Sacramento. Stockton Boulevard, a long ass street. It goes all the way from like damn near Elk Grove all the way or Mac Road or where is that? Diamonds. I don't know. I just remember hearing about them. I never I seen them around, but I didn't, I never got involved in nobody's mix out there. I remember hearing about Frank Loans too. Oh, and I think there was another black gang called Creek Mob. Have you ever heard of them? There used to be a lot of them around too. That neighborhood. They were called Creek Mob. Yeah, I mean, I'm old, bro. You see how old that is? That's kind of like in Oakland, bro. Like there's old gangs that don't exist no more, like 34 Cycles, 46 Locals, Wino Park. You know what I mean? Those are the old hoods from Oakland that don't exist no more. You feel me? So it's something similar, you know? You know Oakland, City of Trees? Have you ever been to the town? Have you ever been to Fruitvale, where I'm from? You feel me? What you know about the town, about the Bay? I know you told me you lived in Marin County before. I know Marin pretty well because I used to work there. But you know Oakland at all? You know? You know, like Fruitvale, you know, like the Murder Doves, the 30s, the 40s, 50s, High Street, Seminary. Lightweight, mostly Richmond. Yeah, I know Richmond too. I know Richmond real well because I got family around there. The rich town. I know 23rd Street, Cutting, North Richmond, Parkchester Village, the North, yeah. Central, downtown by the bar station. That area's hood as hell. I know Cutting. I know Point Richmond. I don't know if you ever been to Point Richmond before. I'm familiar with it, son. I've been all up and down Richmond. I know San Pablo too. Pinole, Hercules, Rodale. I'm familiar with those areas, son. But yeah, Oakland's cool. Alameda's cool too. Those fools showed us Sac fools respect. I mean, in the Bay Area, no one's gonna disrespect you, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. A lot of Sacramento niggas, though, bro, they didn't show me no respect, bro. Back in those days, I had a lot of fools that used to be like, "Oh, fuck the Bay. Oakland's a bunch of mayatas." I remember fools telling me disrespectful ass shit, bro, in Sacramento. It used to piss me off, bro. But when I meet fools from Sac in Oakland, bro, I don't disrespect. I'm like, "Oh, okay, I used to live in Sac." You feel me? But you know. But them fools talking all that shit, they ain't gonna come to Oakland talking all that shit, I'll tell you that. You feel me? But yeah, the Rich is cool. I know Richmond. I know all that shit. Everything between Oakland, Richmond, Vallejo, bro, Berkeley. I know all those areas, bro. Vallejo. I mean, I know Vallejo real well. I know Central. I know North Vallejo, the Crest Side, the Hillside, South Vallejo. No, I never lived in SoCal, bro. I've been to SoCal because I got family out there. I got like I think last time I told you I got family in the San Fernando Valley. I got family in Echo Park area, and I used to have family. I don't know if you guys know where MacArthur Park area is. For whatever reason, my travels never took me to Oakland much. Man, you gotta come to the town, bro. Come to Fruitvale. Come eat some tacos at the taco truck, bro. There's some bomb ass Mexican food around Fruitvale, bro. Come to Octayas, El Huarache Azteca, Migriense Taco Truck, El Zamorano on Foothill. You know what I mean? El Sinaloa on 22nd and East Fort and International. Some good ass spots in Oakland, bro. I always tell people Mexican food in Oakland's hella good, bro.